Hi, I'm Cody, and in this video, I'll walk through a DevOps and performance improvement project I completed to strengthen my skills in cloud automation, testing, and optimization. I've already built my full stack web application CodeBoxx, and through this project, I learned how to improve it using AWS tools, Lighthouse audits, and automated testing practices. First, I'll go through each of the project summary files I completed, including lessons on DevOps principles, AWS, CLI usage, code quality tools, and performance audits. Then I'll finish by demonstrating how to run Selenium tests to validate core functionality and how to generate a Lighthouse reports to analyze site performance and SEO in real time. So this section explains why the AWS command line interface is more efficient than using the AWS console for managing cloud infrastructure. The CLI allows you to automate workflows, repeat tasks using scripts, and work from environments without a browser. It's especially useful for DevOps, letting you control services like EC2 and S3 with quick, reliable commands that speed up deployment and resource management. So this course focused on building strong testing practices into a CI/CD pipeline using AWS tools. I learned how to apply unit, regression, and load testing at different stages of the pipeline and how to automate these with services like code build, code pipeline, and code deploy. It also covered how to use canary deployments, lifecycle hooks, and synthetic testing to catch bugs before they reach production. This lesson introduced the mindset and structure behind DevOps. I learned how DevOps breaks down traditional silos between development and operations, making software delivery faster and more collaborative. It covered automation, microservices, continuous delivery, and monitoring using AWS tools like Code Commit and Code Pipeline. Security and observability were also key themes in ensuring long-term reliability. In this course, I explored how Amazon Code Guru Reviewer uses machine learning to analyze code and suggest improvements. It helps catch bugs, flag performance issues, and promote consistent, secure coding practices. The tool integrates into pull requests and CI pipelines to automate part of the review process, making it ideal for teams to working with Java or Python in AWS environments. This lesson introduced the AWS command line interface and walked through how to install, configure, and use it. I learned how to interact with AWS services like EC2 and S3 using simple terminal commands. It's especially helpful for scripting deployments, managing infrastructure, and working in remote or headless environments where the web console isn't available. And here shows a copy of the certificate after completing each one of these courses. In this portion, I chose 3 out of the 11 courses, certifications that I believe would help me grow as a developer. So the first one, DevOps culture and mindset, would help me to better understand what DevOps actually means, not just the tools, but the philosophy behind it. It covers how DevOps helps teams work together using lean principles and explains why breaking down silos between dev and ops teams is important. I also chose the introduction to Jenkins. I've done some manual testing and deployments on my own, but I would like to learn how real-world developers automate it. Jenkins is a major tool in DevOps, and I want to know how to use it. And last, I chose Docker Essentials. I've only worked with containers a little bit, but I know they're a big part of how modern apps get deployed and scaled. This course teaches how to create and manage containers with Docker, use Docker Compose for multi-container apps, and even work with Docker Swarm. So the next portion was the Lighthouse summary reports. I ran a Lighthouse audit on the login page and saw strong scores for accessibility and best practices, but lower performance in SEO results. I identified large JavaScript files and missing metadata as the main issues. With what I've learned, I plan to improve the login experience by using lazy loading, optimizing scripts, and adding proper SEO tags. So what I just showed was actually the home page. This is the login page portion. So the homepage audit showed similar patterns, good structure but slow loading and incomplete SEO. Large images and unused code are slowing things down, but I now have a plan to minify assets, implementing caching, and fix metadata issues so that the page loads faster and ranks better in search engines. The next portion, I ran lighthouses on LinkedIn to compare them with my code blogs. So when comparing my login page to LinkedIn's using Lighthouse, I found that LinkedIn performs slightly better, especially in SEO and load speed. Their use of CDNs, optimized assets, and structured metadata gave me a clear set of improvements I can make, like compressing images, using code splitting, and improving tag usage for search visibility. The homepage comparison showed that LinkedIn's site is faster and better optimized for SEO. However, CodeBoxx held up well in accessibility and development best practices. This comparison gave me a roadmap of specific changes like lazy loading components, cleaning up console warnings, and adding structured data to improve both performance and discoverability. The last file is for the Selenium test. So I built automated test cases using Selenium IDE to simulate real-world user actions, like logging in, clicking around, and checking that elements are working correctly. These tests help catch bugs early and save time during future updates. It's a good way to maintain quality as the app grows and changes. So I'm going to go ahead and run through each one of these tests. So this is a test for creating a new post. So you can see that passed successfully. Deleting the post. Liking multiple posts. Got a test for logging in with empty fields. Navigating to the home page. Registering a new user. With this one, I needed to create a script to create a random email because in the project, you can't create a new user that already has the email of another user. So by creating this and then calling it, it's able to pass successfully. Test for registering with an invalid email. And then this was for testing responsiveness and cross-browser compatibility. But this one I found that I had to manually put the window size in order for the test to show and pass correctly. Okay. And lastly, I'm going to show how to run a Lighthouse test. So for this, on the web page, right click, inspect. Next, click on the more tabs in the console and select Lighthouse. For these tests, I kept the default navigation, chose the device desktop, and selected performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO. And hit Analyze Page. Now Lighthouse is running all of the tests. All right, and here's the results. So it shows a pretty decent score for accessibility and best practices. And as I said earlier, SEO and performance are an issue. And by scrolling down, I can actually see the metrics for these. And by clicking Expand View, I can get more information on these issues, which will help me to design a plan to fix, to improve the performance of my website. Okay, well, so thank you for watching this video. This project gave me a deeper understanding of how to build, test, and maintain scalable applications using real DevOps practices. I'm excited to keep improving CodeBoxx with everything I've learned and to apply these tools and skills in future development work.